Hello and welcome to Gapeys Garden. Today we're going to be replacing our old leaky water hydrant that we have here in the backyard garden with a new leak-proof ground hydrant from Aquor. We're excited to be partnering with Aquor, a local Seattle-based company, to share some different products with you guys. We're going to be starting with the ground hydrant and we've got a few more lined up. Let's take a look at what comes with the ground hydrant. Here we have some installation instructions. This is the hydrant here. They come in a few different sizes, so you want to make sure you get the correct length. This one is the 12-inch one, which is their shortest one. We have a pretty shallow frost line here in Western Washington, so we don't need a really tall one. If you have an existing hydrant you're replacing, you can just measure that, or you could just go by the frost line in the area that you live in. We've also got this tube here. This is to protect the drain port so that debris doesn't clog it. And then we've got a cover here. So it comes with a blue cover, which you may not like very much. They've got a few different color options. They sent us this dark gray one, which will go with the other product that they sent us that we'll be showing in another video. And then we've got this check valve. So this check valve will plug into the port here, and that will allow the water to come out. We'll show how that works once we get it all installed. We did get a couple things from the hardware store. We have this bucket here that we'll be filling with drainage rock. We've got some pipe thread sealant, and the bottom of our hydrant here has a 1/2-inch connection, and we've got a piece here that will connect to that, and the other end of this is going to be a 3/4 inch, which is what our water line is. So we have another piece here. This is an elbow that will connect to the bottom of this, and then it'll go in the ground like this, and our water line will connect to that. Since we decided to use a bucket for our drain field, we had to make some modifications. We removed the entire bottom of the bucket, or you could just drill some holes in the bottom for the water to drain out. And then we put a hole in the side of the bucket, and that is where our hydrant is going to go into. So we're going to put the hydrant outside of the bucket, and then that sleeve that goes over the drain hole will go into the bucket for drainage. We dug our hole for the hydrant using a post hole digger, but you can use a shovel or whatever you have on hand. We went about 13 inches wide and 15 inches deep or so. We wanted to go a little bit deeper than the hydrant sits because we want to put something underneath the hydrant to keep it in place. We tried a few different tools to remove these rusty clamps, but the Dremel with a cutting blade worked the best. The oscillating multi-tool didn't work on those metal clamps, but it worked pretty well to cut the water supply line. The most difficult part of this whole project was removing this stubborn elbow. We got it eventually. Now it's time to put everything together. We're using both plumber's tape and the pipe thread sealant. Make sure there's no debris in the water line before connecting the hydrant because it could cause a jam in the hydrant's closing mechanism. We're using 2 hose clamps to connect the water line to the elbow that connects to the hydrant. Then just push the elbow into the water line and tighten up those clamps. We just turned the water back on. I heard a click. I'm assuming that's supposed to happen. And we're not seeing any leaks, so that's a good sign. Time to give it a little test. Success! We have leak-free water. It looks like the drainage valve is working. We're using this small piece of treated 2x4 with the notch carved out as a spacer to connect the hydrant to our 4x4. Make sure the hydrant is level. We're attaching the hydrant using a 1/2-inch rigid 2-hole strap. It's a good idea to tamp the soil down before adding this block to support the hydrant and help prevent damage to the supply line during use. We added one more bracket for a little extra support. Now let's work on the drainage field. We picked up a bag of drainage rock at the local hardware store to fill the bucket. The last step is to remove this protective film, although we're replacing the cover with the gray one. All we need is a Phillips head screwdriver to swap out the blue cover for the new gray one. Okay, it's time to try it out. No leaks. I've also got the new Aquor nozzle to try out. This knob here on top controls how much water flow that you have, and then you can also turn this nozzle here at the end to change the stream. So let's give it a try. You can make it streamy, or you can make it more fanned out, and then you can make it stronger and down. So I really like the simplicity of this nozzle, and being able to control the flow this way is pretty cool. You can also lock it on by putting that up so you don't have to hold it. Pretty cool. It's always a good idea to disconnect the Aquor when it's not in use and close the cover, especially during winter. Now this here is the connector that they sent with the Aquor, but they have quite a few different options of connectors you can choose from. So I think I will pick up a few others to try out. I hope you found this video helpful if you're thinking about purchasing one of these Aquor hydrants or already have. But if you haven't, I've got a 10% discount code I'll put up on the screen if you haven't purchased one yet. You can also use it for some of their other products that they have, which we'll be showing in some upcoming videos. If you have any questions on the Aquor yard hydrant that you want to ask, put them in the comments below and we'll try to answer those for you. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.